Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Bitcoin's making a corrective move as we're currently flirting under 93,000. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis, as well as the breaking news. $3.6 billion public company Rumble says it's going to pay its creators in Bitcoin, or at least give us that option. That's fantastical. We'll also be discussing La Rosa Holdings to offer Bitcoin payments for real estate agents. Let's go. As well as Trump appointing former college football player Bo Hines as head of the Crypto Council. We'll also be discussing Metaplanet buys the dip with the biggest ever 620 Bitcoin buy. And speaking of buying the dip, MicroStrategy bags an additional 5,200 Bitcoin at an average Bitcoin price of 106,000 per coin. Just as I predicted, a big announcement acquisition from Michael Saylor. And we'll also be discussing Saylor floating a U.S. crypto framework with $81 trillion Bitcoin reserve plan for the United States. I'll be going through this with you. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. If you're new to the channel, very important to smash the likes, then go ahead, subscribe, hit the bell icon, turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, 7 days a week, just like this. Today is pod episode 1857. I'm your host, JV. It's December 23rd, 2024. We've been correcting like for the past 4 days or so. We did tap out at a current all-time high about a week ago at 108.3, and today we're at 92.5 and still correcting lower. We will be looking at some of the live charts and all that good stuff here shortly. And welcome everyone just joining us, and shout out to your new chairman of the SEC, Nipsey. Adios, Gary. Go home, get your shine box. But with that being shared, let's kick it off with our market watch as we do each and every day. And as you can see, Bitcoin is in the red, down 2%, as many of the alts are starting to gain traction. You got ETH in the green, BNB, big gainer alongside Solana. And checking out coinmarketcap.com. The current crypto market cap is $3.26 trillion. Bitcoin market cap, $1.83 trillion. We got roughly 164 billion worth of volume for the past 24 hours. And the Bitcoin dominance back on the decline at 56.4%. Yesterday, the Ether dominance tapped a low of 12, and today it's back up at a 12.3 as the alts are gaining some traction. Checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours. We got Virtual, Aave, and Zcash. Zcash has been pretty quiet. That's one of the top privacy coins. And below that, we have scam token FTT. Go figure. Which alts, if any, are you bullish on for the bull? Holla at your boy. And checking out the crypto bubbles, we get a visual perspective. Let's start on the day, and then we'll zoom in on the month. And yes, it's Christmas week. Tomorrow is actually Christmas Eve, and then the day following, 25th, is actually Christmas. I do plan on streaming each day, and maybe a special time for Christmas Eve. I don't know yet, but that's why it's important to have the notifications turned on. But I do plan on going live. But as you can see, the bulk of the market in the green, which we love to see on the daily. Zooming out on the monthly, it's a mixed bag. I'd say maybe 60-40 red over green. And checking out the crypto greed and fear index, today we're 70, yesterday 73, last weekend 83, and last month 93 in extreme greed. And the higher that number goes in extreme greed, the more likely of a correction. And it's like clockwork. That's why we share this very often. And checking out the time chain calendar, we have 173,941 blocks until the next halving in 2028. We're currently on block number 876,059, and you can currently exchange one U.S. fiat monopoly dollar for 1,067 sats. So stack them sats and let's get it. Let's see what Santa has in store. But without further ado, let's dive into today's technical analysis, aka astrology for the broskies. And we'll pull up some of the live charts. Headline reads, Bitcoin extends losses as traders see sub 90,000 Bitcoin price support test. Here, looking at the one-day chart, Bitcoin broke below 94 at the December 23rd Wall Street Open as the bulls received little relief from TRAD5 return. How low will she go is the million-dollar question. Let me know your thoughts. After the weekend saw the spike of 99.5 extinguished by the sellers, we were so close to regaining 100. Bitcoin failed to recover the lost ground, taking a drawdown from last week's all-time highs to 15%. Summarizing short-term price performance, we had Bitcoin data warning over the support resistance flips, quoting the analyst here. Underside retest and rejections of the WWAPs are not what you want to see for the bullish price action. And a retest of 92 for Bitcoin looks likely. As of right now, 85, 86 looks like the back up the truck area to go all in for the bulls. And lo and behold, we're right on the cusp of that number, which is pretty ironic. And we also have Crypto Nuevo, likewise saw lower levels returning before the broader market rebound, focusing on levels already seen during the down wick near 90,000 back in December, quoting him here. Now I still think we can revisit the lows. It's hard to imagine we're going to get a V-shaped recovery from here. I am leaning more towards either a W formation, Wu-Tang, or a 100% of the wick fill. Ideally, the 100% wick fill since 90,000 is a strong psychological level. And even those with a more positive outlook could not rule out the new lows coming first. Amongst them, analyst Jelly, who continue to draw comparisons between the current Bitcoin price action from the end of 2023, quoting him here. Too many similarities between this and last year to ignore the fractal, not ruling out the sweep below 90,000 somewhere this week, leaving some bids down there just in case. Resume up only in 2025. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. And before I pull up the live charts, this was a big announcement I saw that got me excited. $3.6 billion public company, Rumble, which we're streaming on live right now, says it's going to give us an option to receive our pay in Bitcoin. He says if you want to get paid in dollars, we'll pay you in dollars. You want to get paid in Bitcoin, we'll pay you in Bitcoin. You want to get paid in Tether USD, we'll pay you in Tether. I like that. Give the creators the option. I think that's just going to drive more adoption to Rumble. And of course, they recently announced putting Bitcoin on their balance sheet. So they're making all the right moves. And I respect companies that respect our First Amendment right of freedom of speech. So shout out Rumble for the win there. And checking out some of the live charts real quick. Let me switch up the scene for you guys. There you go. So yeah, this is the 1 hour chart. We do have a lot of action going on. We have a red target of 101.9. We have a bull green target on the 1 hour sitting at 107. So just shy of the current price discovery, currently at 108.3. Zooming out from the 1 hour, take a look at the 4 hour. And it shows you there's a rising wedge formation. We do have a bull target of 107 as well, similar to the 1 hour chart, but there's also a bear target on the 4 hour, sitting all the way down at 80,800. And again, let me know where you think the bottom is. Do you think the bottom is already in, or do you think we're going to continue to climb lower? Holler. And zooming out and go to the 1 day. And as you can see, there's a rising wedge, and we've had corrective 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive red corrective days, which started at the end of last week till now. We do have a bear target on the daily chart sitting at 76,700. And zooming out from the daily, take a quick look at the weekly. And as you can see, the more we zoom out, the more bullish we look. We do have the cup and handle target still sitting at 124,000. Nothing has changed there. We did get the big red weekly candle close, finally breaking the bullish momentum we've had over the past 5 or so weeks. And we'll see how we likely play out here. And it's officially the last week, the final week of 2024. We're still in Q4. Let me know where you feel we'll peak out before the end of the year. Do you think the top is in, which is 108.3, or do you think we'll retest that, or do you think we'll continue trading sideways or correcting? Whatever your thoughts are, do let me know, and I'll read those comments. Let's discuss real estate agents being able to get paid in Bitcoin. We discussed earlier content creators getting paid in Bitcoin. Well, it don't stop there. La Rosa Holdings to offer Bitcoin payments for the real estate agents. Let's go. The NASDAQ-listed firm La Rosa will integrate Bitcoin and crypto payment options for its network of more than 3,000 real estate agents in the United States. I think that's fantastic. What better thing is there than getting paid in Bitcoin? And according to a December 23rd announcement, the company will allow agents to receive commissions in digital assets. The company provides a platform, La Rosa Realty, that helps agents manage their work, from buying and selling properties to communicating with the clients. The company reported a 155% year-over-year increase in revenue for the first 9 months of this year, reaching $51 million. It offers agents a choice between a 100% commission plan and a revenue share model. And according to the company, the plan addresses the growing demand for alternative payment methods amongst agents and clients alike. Here's what their company's CEO shared. This initiative may potentially create a new revenue stream for La Rosa, with the company implementing a 2% fee for agents who choose to receive payments in cryptocurrency. Interesting. So there's a 2% fee, I guess, for the convenience. You would think they would offer you even a discount, meaning or even get paid more for getting paid in crypto because it doesn't cost them nothing. But nonetheless, seems they're monetizing it. But oh well. What's 2% to a Bitcoiner, right? The platform charges agent fees starting at $60 with a transaction fee of roughly $500 typically paid to the client. Major retailers such as PayPal, Microsoft, Starbucks, and McDonald's have already integrated Bitcoin payments into their platforms. By 2030, the Bitcoin payment ecosystem, which includes miners, merchants, and consumers, is forecasted to reach a value of almost $2 trillion. So that's pretty wild. Now, publicly traded companies have been exploring strategies to increase their exposure to digital assets on the balance sheets. One of the latest firms is a biopharmaceutical company named Quantum Biopharma, which announced the purchase of $1 million worth of Bitcoin and other cryptos recently, 3 days ago. We also have Metaplanet, which we'll discuss. They just made their largest acquisition of all time. And of course, Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy, I always say MicroStrategy, has just made another acquisition as well, which we'll be covering here shortly on the stream. But there you have it. I think it's a win-win. Give people the choice on how they want to get paid. To me, it makes a lot of sense. If you got paid in Bitcoin and you treat that as a savings, it's only going to go up, a lot more than the 2% fee they're going to charge you to receive it. So to me, it's a no-brainer. Bitcoin goes up on an average of something like 100% per year since the inception. Yeah, so Trump finally announced the crypto counselor, this guy named Bo Hines. And I'm not going to lie, the only Bo I know is Bo Jackson when I was a kid. Bo knows sports. He played multiple sports. And now there's a Bo Hines. And I'm not going to pretend to know who he is. Never even heard of the guy before, but this is who Trump elected as on the crypto council. I mean, in my opinion, he should have went with like a Michael Saylor, but I digress. Let's read the headline. Trump appoints former college football player, and let me know if you've ever heard of the guy, Bo Hines, to head the crypto council. That's right. Trump appointed the former college football player as the executive director of his incoming administration's new crypto council. In the post yesterday on X, he shared on Truth Social, the U.S. president-elect says Bo Hines, an unsuccessful U.S. House Republican candidate in 2022, would become the executive director of the Presidential Council of Advisors for Digital Assets. And I'm not going to read you Trump's entire post because it's kind of long, but it's referenced in the show notes below the video in the description, as all my articles I get the news from are in the show. Trump added that the new advisory group, dubbed the Crypto Council, would be headed by the crypto and artificial intelligence czar, who is David Sachs. Quoting him here, in his new role, Bo will work with David to foster innovation and growth in the digital asset space while ensuring industry leaders have the resources they need to succeed. In 2022, Hines ran a Republican candidate for North Carolina's U.S. House seat, but narrowly lost to Democrat rival Wiley Nickel. They got the funniest names, these folks. Hines, amongst several other Republican candidates, received funding from the American Dream Federal Action Super PAC and the Pro-Crypto PACs, and the former FTX CEO Ryan Salami, who currently serving a 7-year prison term for crimes including unlawful political contributions, reportedly contributed $13.4 million to Republican candidates, which includes Hines. Trump also announced the appointment of former Anderson Horowitz general partner Sriram as the senior AI policy advisor for the council. Quoting him here, I am honored to be able to serve our country and ensure continued American leadership in AI, working closely with David Sachs. And there you go. The appointments reflect Trump's continued backing of the crypto industry. During his presidential campaign, Trump promised to make U.S. the world capital of crypto, which saw him amass millions of dollars in funding from top crypto execs such as Winklevoss twins. He appointed other pro-crypto backers, including billionaire Elon Musk, serving as a key advisory role, leading Operation Doge. You can't make this shit up. Yes, we are living in a simulation. On December 4th, Trump nominated pro-crypto businessman and former SEC Commissioner Paul Atkins to the chair agency, which industry executives hope will dampen the regulator's enforcement actions against the crypto industry. Adios, Gensler. Go home, get your shine box. You're being replaced by the Nippinator. But anyways, next story of the day. Speaking of mass adoption here, Metaplanet just made their biggest Bitcoin acquisition of all time, purchasing 620 of the biddies. That's right. The Japanese investment firm Metaplanet made the largest ever Bitcoin purchase, scooping up almost 620 of the biddies, as the crypto now trades at roughly 92, 93 G's, baby. Metaplanet announced it today, actually. It bought 619.7 Bitcoin, worth under $60 million, with Bitcoin trading at around 96. It was the largest single purchase the firm has made since it started buying Bitcoin back in May, and nearly quadrupled the value of the previous record buy of 159.7 BTC, October 28th, according to Bitbo data. Metaplanet has been dubbed Asia's MicroStrategy, the MicroStrategy of Japan, after the American buying Bitcoin firm, and the recent purchase brings the Tokyo-based company total Bitcoin holdings to 1,762 biddies, worth about 168 million, with an average purchase price of roughly 75,600 per BTC. The latest buy makes its Bitcoin stack the 12th largest amongst public companies, behind medical tech maker Semler Scientific. Metaplanet reported that from October 1st to December 23rd, its Bitcoin yield was 310%, considerably higher than the 41% yield from July to September. Metaplanet uses the Bitcoin yield to assess the performance of its Bitcoin acquisition strategy, which is intended to be accretive to shareholders. And on December 18th, the Japanese investment firm projected it would turn its first operating profit since 2017. What did it do to reverse course and start getting back in the green? Put Bitcoin on the balance sheet. Bitcoin for the Treasury. Simple as that. Adding it wanted to go beyond buying Bitcoin as part of the Treasury strategy. And in investor disclosure, the firm said it would establish a Bitcoin accumulation and management as a formal business line, including loans, equity, convertible bonds, and other financial instruments to purchase and hold the Bitcoin, following in the footsteps of Michael Saylor and the Saylor put. In late November, Metaplanet said it planned to raise over $62 million, which is $9.5 billion worth of the Japanese yen, through the stock acquisition program to purchase more Bitcoin for the Treasury. Precisely what the United States is about to do. Bitcoin for the Treasury. Metaplanet's stock price jumped 5% of the Tokyo Stock Exchange following the announcement, but remains almost down 13% over the past week. Still, shares from the firm surged more than 2,100% this year. I repeat, if you're a publicly traded company, listen up. Their firm surged more than 2,100% this year since adopting Bitcoin. And since hitting the all-time high of 4,080 Japanese yen, their stock price, which is roughly 26 USD on December 17th. So there you have it, yo. But anyways, keep comments flowing. Let's break down the latest from the Giga Chad. MicroStrategy's latest acquisition, and then the big plan Michael Saylor proposes for the United States government. An 81, and I don't know why I wrote billion. I meant to say trillion. It's an $81 trillion plan. So my correction there on the side. But anyways, next story of the day, MicroStrategy bags 5,200 Bitcoins at an average price of 106 G's. So this is the largest or highest fiat dollar purchase they've ever made. Corporate Bitcoin investor MicroStrategy continued aggressive Bitcoin buying last week. In line with the founder's pledge to keep accumulating the asset at the peak prices, MicroStrategy acquired 5,262 Bitcoin in the period between December 16th and the 22nd, pouring roughly $561 million into the asset. The firm officially announced today, December 23rd, and you can see Michael Saylor's post here. He always likes to flex on us. Michael, I call him MicroStrategy, has acquired 5,262 Bitcoin for $561 million at 106,600 per Bitcoin, has achieved a Bitcoin yield of 47% year to date. 73.7%. I'm sorry, quarter to date, and 73% year to date. And as of December 22nd, we hodl 444,000 Bitcoin. You nailed it. Excuse me. Acquired for $27 billion at 62,000 per biddy. That's a win. And as of December 22nd, MicroStrategy and the subsidiaries together held approximately 444,000 Bitcoin, acquired at an aggregate price of $27 billion, with an average purchase price of $62,000. The latest Bitcoin acquisition by MicroStrategy follows a series of massive Bitcoin buys in December. In the past 3 weeks, MicroStrategy purchased a total of 42,000 biddies, which is now worth $4 billion. MicroStrategy's latest Bitcoin buy accounts for just shy of about 12% of the total Bitcoin accumulations in December. The latest purchase is the smallest amount of Bitcoin bought and announced by MicroStrategy since June and July of 2024, when it purchased 169 Bitcoin. Well, the higher they pay, the less Bitcoin they're going to end up buying, but this wasn't a multi-billion-dollar acquisition like the most recent ones, which we were anticipating, but nonetheless, it's still a buy. The latest Bitcoin investment is 191% down from the amount of the previous purchase announced December 16th, 309% smaller than the one announced December 9th. Now, MicroStrategy slowdown of the Bitcoin buying came amid the BitMEX co-founder Arthur Hayes just blazed, cautioning against the market drop, potentially stemming from the upcoming inauguration of the U.S. president, Mr. Trumpster. And in line with the prediction, Hayes investment fund Maelstrom plans to clear some positions, expecting to buy later at a lower price. Some observers also highlight the market rumor MicroStrategy may enter the blackout period, January of next year, right around the corner. Like, what are we, a week away? Which could halt the issuing of shares and convertible bonds to purchase more of the bidding. In the meantime, MicroStrategy's latest Bitcoin buy aligns with the founder, Saylor, pledging to continue buying Bitcoin even at the peak prices in early December. Quoting Saylor here, "I am sure I will be buying Bitcoin at $1 million per coin, probably $1 billion a day of Bitcoin at 1 million a coin." What is that? 1,000 Bitcoin it can purchase at $1 billion a day. Good Lord. But anyways, that's Michael Saylor for you. Just going to be stacking the biddy like there ain't no tomorrow, because that's what Mikey Saylors do.
Skies, endless rise, freedom flies with open eyes. Ledger lines, the world aligns, no middlemen, no more confines. Truth engraved in blocks of time, immutable, sublime. A full moon bright, calling to a better path, a better way.
Now for our feature story of the day, fam. Michael Saylor floats U.S. crypto framework with $81 trillion Bitcoin reserve plan. That's right, as the headline reads right here. Also, Michael Saylor announced it here, and he actually shares the framework. And I'm going to be giving you all the highlights and what you need to know. So let's break her down, shall we? Mikey Saylor has proposed a digital asset framework for the United States that includes establishing a Bitcoin reserve he claims can create as much as $81 trillion for the country's treasury. Now, is there that much money to go around to flow into the U.S. Treasury? Yes. The total financial addressable market, from my understanding, is somewhere between $300 and $400 trillion. So if we captured approximately a third of that, it can flow right into Bitcoin. A strategic digital asset policy can strengthen the U.S. dollar, he says, neutralize the national debt, and position America as the global leader of the 21st century digital economy. He shared that just recently on X. Saylor's crypto framework proposes establishing a strategic Bitcoin reserve capable of creating $16 to $81 trillion in wealth for the U.S. Treasury, providing a pathway to offset the national debt. Now the million-dollar question becomes, do those running the United States government, the shadow folk or the lizard folk as we call them, do they want that debt to go away? Or are they financially incentivized through some sick, satanic ways to not want to get rid of that debt? That's my question for you guys today. Under Saylor, MicroStrategy has amassed now 444,000 Bitcoin with its latest acquisition we announced in the previous story, currently worth now over $41 billion, which has sent the company's stock price soaring this year alongside the crypto. He pitched Microsoft recently on buying Bitcoin, an idea that the shareholders killed, unfortunately. Go figure. Saylor's proposal defines 6 distinct categories, which include digital commodities such as the biddy, digital securities, digital currencies, digital tokens, NFTs, and asset-backed tokens. The framework aims to establish clear roles for the issuers, exchanges, and owners, defining specific rights and responsibilities of each participant type, while emphasizing no participant can lie, cheat, or steal. It also provides a streamlined compliance approach and proposes compliance cost limits with a maximum of 1% of the assets under management for token issuance and 0.1% annually for the maintenance. Quoting his plan here, digital asset regulation must prioritize efficiency and innovation over friction and bureaucracy. The proposal says, advocating for the industry-led compliance rather than direct regulatory oversight. Do you hear that, Mr. Gensler? It also says that the U.S. has the opportunity to catalyze the 21st century capital market renaissance, unleashing trillions of dollars of the value creation. It aims to dramatically reduce the issuance costs from millions to thousands and expand the market across from 4,000 public companies to 40 million businesses, with an emphasis on the rapid asset issuance. Finally, the crypto framework aims to help position the U.S. dollar as the global reserve digital currency. It also aims to expand the global digital capital markets from $2 trillion to $280 trillion. That's a $278 trillion move up. Let's go. With U.S. investors capturing the majority of the wealth, and by establishing a clear taxonomy, a legitimate rights-based framework, and practical compliance obligations, the U.S. can lead the global digital economy. the proposal concluded. Now, still serial Bitcoin detractor Peter Schiffmeister said the proposal was complete bullshit. That's right. Literally, in response to Michael Saylor's post on X, that was like the featured comment under Saylor. Before adding, it would do the opposite, says Peter Schiffmeister. It would weaken the dollar, exasperate the national debt, and make America a laughing stock. Let me know if you agree with Michael or the Peter Schiffmeister. Now, MicroStrategy is the largest corporate holder of Bitcoin, as you know, and has an aggregate profit portfolio of 54%, according to the Saylor tracker. Here's the post when he proposed this on X with the framework. You can see the Schiffmeister footing already. Saylor wrote, a strategic digital asset policy can strengthen the U.S. dollar, neutralize the national debt, and position America as the global leader of the 21st century digital economy, empowering millions of the businesses, driving growth, creating trillions of dollars in value. And I'm going to open up that framework here in a second. He shared this December 20th. It got 727,000 views. And look at the Peter Schiffmeister footing. This is complete bullshit. The proposal would do the opposite. It weakened the dollar, exasperate the national debt, making America a laughingstock. It derived the business owners of the power to diminish the growth and destroy the value. They don't know about the Bitcoin strategic reserve. They don't. You don't know what you don't know. And here's the actual digital asset framework. I don't know how well you can see that on the screen. And all this will be included in the show notes below the video in the descriptions. I'm not going to read it all to you. I just gave you kind of the bullet points and all the important things, but you can actually download that directly from the Saylor post or just check out the show notes below the video. The description will take you to the article, which will lead you there. Either way, there you have it. Let me know your thoughts on that. Do you think the United States will follow the proposal of Michael Saylor? Holla and let me know, and I'll read your comments out loud. Boy, Saylor has it all plotted out. He sure does. He's a genius. Look at the Nippinator. There's the indicator. We'll be back above 100,000 by noontime. I'm looking at my invisible watch right now. That's how we roll.